defending this. They just have to pick their moment. You can see how slow this is from Envy. 𝐤𝐻𝐸, oh, there's that shot. He's dashing away, able to not survive for long enough, but the cages. We have the satchels coming out as well. It looks like T1 should be able to slow this one down, but there's some great ground gained already by Envy.
Food just guessed the wrong corner with the blast pack and did minimal damage. Doesn't follow it up with the bomb bot. Instead, he's going to save that for a little bit later in the round. Brax all out of equipment's got to go to work with the Ghost. And he's going to find the first headshot before Mummy trades it out. And Mummy on the Jet, that is my favorite agent to watch him on. On the other side, 𝐤𝐻𝐸 on Jet was struggling. Good to see him off to a first blood to kick things off here for T1. When it comes down to T1's defense, though, just 2 players on the retake, and they're going to have to get to 3 of these attackers that are now set up for post-plant.
Such a hard situation here for T1 on this retake. Although it is made slightly easier because it's a pistol, it feels like it might not be quite as bad as if it was a gun round. And we have that initial 𝐤𝐻𝐸𝐻 control. 𝐿𝐼𝐻 very very sneaky position here by Rosa. Will actually be checked, and the jumping classic from Food will be able to deal with 𝐿𝐼𝐻, evening up the numbers. And the health advantage is with T1 as they swing forwards now, making their way across. And we have now just FNS at the back of the site, and he's unable to do anything. Crashes. The rest of the members on the team is able to take the initiative. And speaking of which, 𝐤𝐻𝐸 goes for that early op peak. Unfortunately for him, this round, Mummy actually decided that he would challenge that angle, gets a better timing to it. And they can slow things down. They can reset off of this position. And you can see that they're still spread out across the map, but Mummy's still creating a lot of pressure. And there's a smoke as well. This really feels like an A hit, and surely the rotation should come, and it's starting to.
Nanoswarm now gone. Brax running out of utility. Still has an alarm, but he's going to try and get it done, though, with the Phantom. There's the first 2 as Brax holds strong. And he is going to be able to make the call. There's still 1 lurking. 𝐤𝐻𝐸 is going to find Food, though, on the flank. So still a 3v2 an advantage of Envy.
Despite the great work of T1 to defend that, the great work from Brax, it's going to be so difficult to make their way forwards. They'll have to try to get this kill into 𝐿𝐼𝐻, but they will actually circumvent his position for now. There goes the dark cover, but not too much to be done. Again, very strong setup. Envy will close the round down, and
Wall protecting them as well. 𝐤𝐻𝐸, he was pushed out a little bit earlier, down to just 35 HP, and he is surviving with great cover from Food. That grenade is going to push all the attackers back.
And they're going to reset things, just wait a lot of time, keep their opposition guessing, and then they move forwards. But there it is, the judge, 𝐤𝐻𝐸 ready and waiting, so patient the whole time, using that one-way cage to his advantage. Crashes will shut down the push from B main. From T1 here towards B main, there's the dash from 𝐤𝐻𝐸, straight out there with the Phantom. They blow up the boom bot, very aggressive, taking control of the ultimate orb, and also getting a pick very early on. Now they can reset themselves, just fall back into defensive positions. Here's a reaction, though, from Envy. They lose the play. They know they have to move quickly. They saw 3 towards B main. They take very fast position towards ropes to try to attack into 𝐤𝐻𝐸.
FNS is such a good in-game leader. 𝐿𝐼𝐻 reacting, grabs the spike and instantly on the rotation. But 𝐸𝐸 with another 2K. This is the rocket and no damage is taken. So Envy, they dodge a bullet and they land one of their own as Mummy finds 𝐤𝐻𝐸.
This is a really interesting switch up because Brax is now also playing B, and he's anchoring that site instead of A. There's only Food up there, and with that sound cue, Food is going to realize now he's going to turn around. This is a huge duel. He has to win this one, but he won't. 𝐾aboose takes the entry, and now the A side is up for grabs.
I want to see, was 𝐸𝐸 going to use his teleporter, just walk this one. Crashes with the longest flank ever. Finally comes in after a minute of looping around the back. Only gets 1 kill out of it, though. Brax finding 𝐿𝐼𝐻 on the drop down to B. That's going to make this a 2-on-3. A winnable round here for T1. They just have to stall out for 26 seconds.
Oh, perfect paranoia, but unfortunately he will get taken down by 𝐾aboose. And the spike will be planted. A 1 against 3 for Brax. He's good. He's good bucket, but is he this good?
Is his ult good enough? This is what we're going to find out from 𝐿𝐽. Just how good is her lockdown on retake scenarios when you are down 2 players. Brax in the 1v3 might just try and get it done with raw gun skill instead, as he knows he is up against some insurmountable odds, and 𝐤𝐻𝐸 will shut it down. Will anyone go up the ramp to challenge, or are they all taking low ground? 𝐾aboose going for the turret. They've spotted that from Brax multiple rounds now. And Brax, for the first time, is playing deep on sign. I don't think they're going to be expecting him to peek out, and he is going to let his teammates make the noise. 𝐸𝐸 making first contact. Brax still found in the corner as 𝐾aboose and 𝐿𝐼𝐻 just run their way through the site. Taking a little bit too long.
Yeah, very unfortunate there for Brax. The question is a retake on the cards here for T1? With that whip, maybe so. 𝐷𝐸 will be able to get out of that position with the dash. and he will try to control 𝐸𝐴M for as long as possible. That operator is really such a dangerous presence, but he didn't anticipate that there would be a gap for 𝐷𝐷𝐻𝐸s, and now there's a real chance here, especially after the neural theft. We'll have to see if 𝐸𝐴M will be able to hold this position down by himself. The Paranoia out for the assistance, and there's the rocket from 𝐳𝐵𝐻 also to just delay the efforts even further, and here goes the commitment, and it doesn't appear to be working out for T1, just leaving 𝐴ZK. But with that operator, it is indeed going to be a save.
He's been aggressive in the past, but not in this position. 40 seconds left. You know the hit is going to come in from Envy. They've got to make a move to a bomb site. And here comes Food. First pick. 𝐸𝐴M goes down. 𝐷𝐷𝐻𝐸s is there to trade out 2 more, and instantly 3 drop. The push coming out of B main, though, but in a 2v4 with 24 seconds left, this is going to be a tough fight here for Envy's FNS and 𝐤𝐿𝐴M𝐬𝐻.
And the trades continue here. Oh, Finesse finds Brax.
1v1.
Unexpected. And now it is indeed up to 1v1. 10 seconds to get the spike in to get onto the plant. There's just nothing that can be done there for Finesse. So much tension in this top mid position at the moment. T1 have been playing this game really effectively. And Brax, oh my god, how is he still alive? It feels like everybody's sort of connected. He tries to double back and see what he can do. He gets 2 out of that. That's fantastic. It forces 𝐴ZK to pull out the knives to hold on to this position on Heaven. And now it's a 3 versus 4 for Envy. They've got 40 seconds to play with, and they feel forced to go towards B Heaven here, but there's 2 players on the site.
I like that decision by 𝐸𝐴M to cancel his ultimate. He was going to teleport to support. Instead, gets the info and goes right back to B, knowing a rotation is likely coming in. 𝐸𝐴M is just going to hold strong, as you're going to see the first pick again. It's Food up top. 𝐸𝐴M chimes in with a second, and all of a sudden, it is just Finesse left alive in the 1 versus 3. Already picked up 1, but that'll be it. So it looks like T1 ready for any action over on the right side of that mini-map. Meanwhile, it is Food who is going to be able to pick up another pick in the mid. 𝐵𝐵𝐻 is down, but a res is available, and you see that Sage floating in the middle of the map. I would expect him to try and get all 5 members up alive.
Oh, what a punish there. 𝐷𝐻𝐸's trying to walk through his own cage, and that was a pretty intelligent play, but it was a risky one. That does drop things down for T1 to a 3 versus 4. So Food is now thinking about getting aggressive with Brax, possibly. That's a nice shot, but he can't reset after that one. Will get traded immediately, and now it's up to Brax for those multi-kills. We know that he's good for it. He hears the sound cues. There's the jiggle. Brax takes one down, but where is 𝐴ZK's teammates? The bomb is making its way towards the A site. They know the rotations happen, but look at all this gear. This is what you're talking about, Puckett. They're moving straight into it.
Alarm bots, tripwires, nano swarm, all waiting for you, and still a turret is going to be shooting 𝐤𝐿𝐴M𝐬𝐻 in the back. He is going to be dropped down to 93 health and a little bit of armor being removed, but 𝐤𝐿𝐴M𝐬𝐻 finding Brax, almost had both of them lined up there, down to 1 bullet. We'll see. Will the Jet be able to clutch as 𝐤𝐿𝐴M𝐬𝐻 is trying to get aggro, and he is not going to get a chance. Not enough time for this plant. Or will he? Just in time, the timer expires, and it's T1 getting their 9th round.
The Boombot there to help clear position towards B Heaven and just create this pressure. And again, they can go back to A Heaven. I think that's what they're going to try to do here, unless they get some easy kills. But they're going to go straight for the setup, and it's not going to work out super well for T1 here. 𝐴ZK will get 1 frag in return, but it's looking rather labored. They're going to abort, and indeed, they're going to use 𝐷𝐻𝐸s here. His forward position on A Heaven gives them that plan B.
𝐷𝐻𝐸s is hunting. He's seen FNS. FNS in his camera just spots the push. And of course he is going to hear that. No support yet, though, as �Mummy is still around the corner, and a trade goes down. 𝐸𝐴M now on site with 𝐴ZK. The spike will be planted. �Mummy trying to break in. They weren't expecting them to be there already. Another kill is going to land, so it's a 2v1 for Envy on the retake.
Oof, that paranoia. It's all up to 𝐸𝐴M. Can't quite find the second target in time. And it looks like 𝐵𝐵𝐻 is going to be able to find the kill onto 𝐸𝐴M there in middle. I think that was over the wall.
𝐷𝐻𝐸's fearless as he finds 2. What a play from the Cypher from T1. This opens up everything at A, and he's looking for a 3rd. He knows the opponent is around the corner, shoots the boom bot, but not enough. Finishes off 𝐵𝐵𝐻. 𝐷𝐻𝐸s can't ask for a better start.
I was so smart to tap the boom bot to make the opponent think that he can swing onto him shooting the boom bot. So smart. What a player 𝐷𝐻𝐸s is. 𝐴ZK will be trying to find his way up here, and he finds an unawares A-Kiss. And that might just be the start that they needed, because now it's all on 𝐤𝐿𝐴M𝐬𝐻 to try to hold this one down for Envy. It's going to be very, very difficult to get back in now by himself. He has the paranoia, has All the teleports available, another dark cover as well. So there's a lot of utility to play with. Lands that paranoia, that's beautiful. That's going to cause some problems. 𝐤𝐿𝐲, can he win the 1v1 that he may be offered up here? Dark cover there, you can see they're denying it to him. Brax played it perfectly.
And his teammates have been baiting for him perfectly, at least in that last round in mid. We'll see if he gets help from 𝐼𝐻𝐻 over at the A site. 𝐷𝐼𝐻𝐻 with the spray will finally get a first blood for Envy. 3 ults still available as well, as your green team is trying to work their way back.
The cloud burst as well, and they've got food pressuring in middle as well, trying to keep attention of the rotator, B rotator in mid, but they're not falling for it, especially now that the 𝐤𝐫𝐚𝐬 ult goes down. Envy know exactly what's going on.
Caboose finds the attempt from 𝐸 and stops it immediately, but the information has been gathered. 3 players trying to push through B main, and they are running out of time for T1. 25 seconds left, and Operator is going to say no to B main, and this could just be a save. Yeah, so 𝐤𝐿𝐲 could get his hands dirty early. Everyone checks this top left corner, but not before looking right and straight ahead, and 𝐤𝐿𝐲's going to find 2. The punish is there. Jet survived, but not for long, as 𝐤𝐿𝐲 finds a 3rd. T1's round is shut down.
Oh, that's so awesome. What a great defense. 𝐼𝐻𝐻 will try to get something out of this, but he'll get shut down as well.
Potentially a light buy next.
Oh
and
my
there
God.
is a super aggressive paranoia that lands. Unfortunately, the bullets don't finish him as Brax survives. But early damage dealt by Envy as they get aggro on defense.
What a sick setup with the paranoia. 𝐷𝐼𝐻𝐻, meanwhile, managed to get a pick there towards the A ramp position, and that action. So I think right now, Envy know exactly what's coming.
Caboose waiting for him at the top of the stairs, but 𝐤𝐻𝐻 is going to get dropped. Nice headshot to stop the Operator player. And now 𝐸𝐻𝐻 is chiming in as the �SaG picks up 1. Food is there to trade it out. But a dropping classic right click from 𝐷𝐼𝐻𝐻 will make this now a 3 versus 1. Last man standing is Brax. And just 45 HP. He is in a tough position. T1 falls again.
This is going to be very scary. There goes the rocket. Oh, the timing is beautiful from Caboose. He's going to nail 𝐤𝐻𝐻𝐻.
𝐤𝐻𝐻𝐻 was lining up for a shot on 𝐸𝐻𝐻, almost able to hit the flick. Instead, doesn't pull the trigger, and he's punished. 𝐸𝐻𝐻 now getting aggressive behind the blast back distraction. Unfortunately, only finds 1 before falling, and now it's Food's turn. Showstopper's out, but 𝐤𝐿𝐲's not going to miss his shot.
This looks so desperate right now for T1. They're trying to force their way in, all 5 players through that male position. Desperation rotation again. I think just desperation is the operative term here for T1. But he will back away and be safe. They've got the Raze playing close. They're going to go straight into that B bomb site. And there's pistols trying to find their mark here. The paranoia does a decent job, but it's still very labored here for the defense. And they were just not well set up for that 5-man explosion out of the B main position. And now, out of nowhere, T1 look like they have a good chance to win this round.
And 𝐤𝐿𝐲 could have done so much damage if it wasn't for EU's counter paranoia. Both omens hitting each other, and that allowed Braxton crew to break out onto site. Now they've stolen weapons, and they can use them against the 2 remaining players. You got Finesse working with 𝐷𝐼𝐻𝐻. 𝐷𝐼𝐻𝐻 worried about someone flanking from mid. Finesse is going to check that before moving forward onto the site. They still got some time to work with, but 3 players to fight their way through. There's the first one. Now it's going to be everyone stacked on site. It's still 3 to go as Finesse falls. 𝐷𝐼𝐻𝐻 will be cut down as well, and a 12th round as T1 is on map point.
If T1 realize what's going on, because 𝐤𝐿𝐲 is gaining a lot of ground, that they're going to expect that the turret will provide them information, but right now we have the complete denial of that information as 𝐤𝐿𝐲 goes for the flank. It's just a matter of time. T1 have a small window of time where they have to break these positions before the flank comes in, and I don't know that they're going to be able to buy enough time here, because here comes 𝐤𝐿𝐲 straight from the back. Surprise with the Operator. 𝐤𝐻𝐻 at least will turn around to deal with that, but look at the chaos. What's left when the dust is settled? It's a 2 versus 2 here for T1 to try to scrabble together something with 40 seconds left.
Food and 𝐼𝐻𝐻 will try and work their way in. And Finesse with a big opportunity here to hold strong, finds 𝐼𝐻𝐻𝐻, and Food now has Spike in hand, but 2 defenders and a camera to fight through.
Oh my goodness, Food's going to try to make his way forwards with the satchels. He has no idea. Finesse has completely juked him here. Still gets the kill, but there's no time to win the round. My God.
Food made that dangerous. Nice movement with the blast backs.
Team like this, but we will have 𝐷𝐼𝐻𝐻 there. Just posted up, no fear at all. There was nothing to deny that peek at all from EU. There was a dry peek into middle, and then the wall goes up, and that's an unreturned, untradeable kill. perfect way to start off if you're envious. And
I love the double op.
Yeah, it's working out really nicely for them, isn't it? We may see an A hit with that ultimate hit, though they are down to 4 players. Oh, Mame connected with the legs there. 𝐻𝐫𝐸 manages to take him down, and there it is. Popping the 𝐤𝐫𝐤𝐻 ult to clear out the site. This has to be the rounds bucket. The 𝐤𝐫𝐤𝐻 ult has to be the thing that facilitates a round for T1.
And this is one of my favorite locations of that ultimate. You can see on the minimap just how much of the site it takes up. Finesse had to rotate all the way back to screens. And Food is going to go hunting. 2 players giving up their position. He's able to punish both with the help of 𝐴ZK. And T1 in a position to steal this map.
Down to a 2v2 though on the retake. That spike freshly planted, the jiggle peeking there, the boombot going out to try to distract some fire from 𝐴ZK. They know his position, but I'm not so sure that they're aware as to where Brax is positioned. They're on the site proper. They can probably have a guess, but there's so much utility that Brax has set up around the site, and that's going to be hugely impactful. 𝐴ZK's gone down, and it's all up to the clutch man, Brax. This is what he does. This is who he is, and they line up for him, but it's not enough there. 𝐴KISS is ready for it, and the spike will be defused with plenty of time. Yeah, just resetting into this mid take is just so typical as to the mid rounds, but it's going to be that B split. Now, everything has to go perfectly here for T1 to make this one work. 𝐻𝐫𝐸 whiffs his first shot. There it is. That's the distraction we're talking about, but 𝐻𝐻𝐸's teammates will be doing all the damage, holding off that B heaven position. They've been so good there. Impenetrable position as far as Envy are concerned, but it's through B main that some success is found here by Braxton EU, and finally Crashy's here as well with the late rotation up B heaven, able to make things work. EU will go down, the trays continue, Crashy's falls, and he gets taken out by Mame, and it's happening, Puckett. Yeah, this is perfect. And forcing them to have to drop or go down the ropes or do it together, which gives him an advantage in the fight. He's looking to commit here to get at least one more kill. And there's the double play into EU. Very well handled by Envy. Good synchronization into that one, denying that extra kill that EU was looking for. But they don't have to commit off the back of this. They have the ability to reset. They've got 30 seconds. The rotation's being pulled around. T1 don't know what's happening. And back to B, Envy go.
And this is the right idea because you look at that mini-map. A is covered in gear from Brax. Taking a look at the push, though, they are all stacked up top, and Food is going to wait for it, holding the angle. He finds the first headshot. A second there as Mame misses wide right.
Boombot out as well around the pillar for Food, and Crashies will hold things down for a kill, and Food's still alive. He's such a problem here. He seems like it's just an immovable force around that back B bomb site. Finesse trying to just draw out a push, and he will, but it's just too much to handle. Whereas Envy, I felt like they did find some success, even though it was limited. Now, Food will get the opening onto 𝐻𝐿𝐸𝐻. 𝐻𝐿𝐸𝐻's been a nightmare just pushing into B main, but this time, finally, I think maybe for the first time, he's actually going to get caught off guard, and that's exactly the difference that T1 need to try to capitalize. But look at the double down. They're going to go for info, an info play here. 2 players pushing. Food, he will look for it. He jumped up onto the tires, but they will take him down, evening things up to a 4 versus 4.
Slowing down, but definitely making their way into the A site. Spike is up top. This is a big kill for 𝐴KISS if he can land it on the spike carrier, and down goes EU.
And as you say, a huge kill, but Brax is able to trade it. So more time is being bought, though, for the rotation to come in to help Finesse. He's at the back of the bomb site still. And this is really, really difficult right now. Time is of the essence. 20 seconds to get that spike planted as the trades come through. A heaven control is with them, but Finesse still has site control. And that's everything in this 1 versus 1. All the time pressure as they play ring around the rosy. Finesse, he's been so perfect at this. He has such an eerie sense for this as he now just swings around the corner, times it perfectly. Finesse, how does he consistently manage to do this? I have no idea. So I love the small details here from them, and we get the reset into the A play. Envy felt like they couldn't really quite find an opening, and it's going to get even worse. Great shot from 𝐴ZK, beautiful flick connected. Doesn't even need to see his opponents apparently, as 𝐴ZK continues to decimate this push.
What's the attack plan, though, for T1? Here they come, and so will 𝐾aboose on the opposite end, comes flying forward with the double blastback boost.
I'm so sad that we've seen this setup now twice. I'm so sad we didn't get to see a kill from it just yet. Mame, though, certainly will be able to make things work out towards the A ramp position. Kills the lurker, and they know Food is stuck in that position, and they try to challenge for it. And it's not going well for T1 here. Bucket, they're 2 against 5, and trying to make their way up mid. And Finesse.
This is my first triple overtime, Dan. I'm not even sad, but maybe that won't happen as Brax and 𝐴ZK find 2 kills right away, make it 3 in a row. What was a 5v2 is now a 2v2 with a full minute and a second on the clock. They're going to gather the spike.
He's on the other end here to just get a fortunate timing and to play this position correctly. He's in hell, so he's not super committed. Look at that off angle, though. It works out, but for a trade, he's done enough here to give himself a chance. But there is that 𝐤𝐫𝐤 ult for Brax.
Yes, he just unlocked the ultimate with that kill. Remember, your ults are reset every single round. Not only that, he kept all of his gear. He had the double nano swarm. He has the alarm bot still.
Oh, man. All he has to do is just wait to hear that defuse sound, then he can trigger the nano swarm and then also put down the ult at the same time. It's going to kill so much time.
It's amazing stuff. Here it goes. So you have to stop this. And will he be able to hit this shot in time? 𝐚𝐬𝐬 ignores it, goes for the kill, and he is going to wait it out. As it'll take 8 seconds to clear. 𝐚𝐬𝐬, does he know? All right.
Oh my goodness.
Jumping on it, avoids the detain, and he is going to be able to get the defuse just in time. What is left? 4 seconds, actually. Braxton 𝐤𝐴ZK on their defense or attacking round. Now back on defense, it's 𝐤𝐴ZK who finds first blood. And 𝐚𝐬𝐬 was dropped to very low health as well. So Envy quite weakened on their opening push at A.
Yeah, and T1 are playing 3 towards the A side of the map here. They're really relying on that 𝐸𝐻𝐻 Cypher combo. We talked about that Cam and 𝐸𝐻𝐻 setup previously, and they're running the same thing. It was really effective with how Envy are playing. And 𝐤𝐴ZK, as they try to move forwards, his repositions, his aim is just so absolutely on point, and they have lost 2 players before they've gained too much ground. This is going to be so hard to recover from.
And we've seen 𝐤𝐴ZK at this level in the past. It is so good to see him back on day 2. It was a very rough day 1 watching him transition. But now on the Jett, he looks very comfortable, at least here on split. Let's take a look, though, at what the attackers plan to do here for Envy. 30 seconds left, and that's a nice kill from 𝐿𝐿𝐲, opening things up a bit over at B. But �crashies is still lurking, and he's going to trade it out.
Oh, it looked like they actually thought that it was going to be a B play coming through. That actually forced 𝐤𝐴ZK to move and get caught, and now look at how much space they've gained. 𝐤𝐴ZK back at it again, though, and EU comes in the nick of time to take down Finesse.
So many ways to get punished in that scenario. He's playing for an ultimate, potentially, and 𝐚𝐬𝐬's going to find first blood again. The sniper holds true.
Oh wow, just straight through there. �crashies, no trade frag spacing whatsoever. Maybe, I mean, we can see he's trying to catch a timing on the Sage there perhaps, but it doesn't work out. And the problem with that is that with no trade, they're now down in a 3 versus 5, and they're forced to go with the only positioning that they have, which is towards B Heaven. And historically in this matchup, Envy have been indomitable in this position, and 𝐸𝐴ZK, he's got himself 2 kills.
Get them all.
And the and 𝐳𝐵𝐻𝐻 will finish it off. So T1, they are just looking so uninspired.
Food forced back by the Paranoia, gives up a little room at the top, but Cage is going to be there, and Food will stay alive without taking any damage. �crashies, though, going to be flooded with players, and Food is going to jump back up there and chime in with a kill. A second now, as �crashies doesn't need to do it himself. Food is home, and there is a 3rd kill for Food as �crashies closes out the 5th. This is the opportunity, but you got to get through 𝐚𝐬𝐬. And you haven't been able to do it. Finesse, we've seen the spam in the past. He finds 𝐤𝐴ZK again. Now 𝐚𝐬𝐬 using the tripwires from his teammate finds the 2nd. Finesse finds the 3rd, and this is a round over for T1 unless we have more heroics, this time from Food and �crashies. Okay.
So crazy. �crashies able to find a 2K. That resets it into a 2v2. How many of these have we seen? The Boombot there, the pressure screens, and that's going to buy some space for Food to actually be able to plant the spike, or maybe not. The Paranoia, they're trying to close down his position.
No way.
Oh, 𝐿𝐿𝐲, he's taking him down, and finally �crashies does it. And here it is. We've got 𝐷𝐸𝐻 droning out A main. They're trying to work out exactly what T1 are up to.
T1 really did not go mid much yesterday, and I like to see that changing now. Unfortunately, as �crashies tries to work around A main, he is going to be found by 𝐳𝐵𝐻𝐻, who's on Phoenix now. And we're going to see a nice pick coming through. Opposing shots from 𝐿𝐿𝐲 here in the back. Nice timing there to follow up his Paranoia, and that's going to be the first 2 picks here out of Envy.
And at this point, T1 really have to just commit through, and that's a fantastic flash out of the dark cover. 𝐤𝐻𝐸 will be able to trade the kill, but now they're down 2 against 4. It is a pistol, so there is always the possibility, and E's going to catch 𝐸𝐿𝐷𝐸 sleeping as he moves through that smoke. Perfect timing there from EU, and they get the high ground onto this A bomb site, which will be absolutely key as they try to take these positions. But Mummy is creeping around the generator, and this might cause a lot of problems as he catches 𝐤𝐻𝐸 off guard.
And 𝐤𝐿𝐤 will be found up top. EU trying to clutch in the 1v3, finds his first. But the other two, well, they're peeking together. And EU did not find the headshot there on the 𝐸𝐵𝐻. So 2 bullets before he dies, had Spike in hand, but just 14 seconds on the clock, and you need 4 left to plant. He's got to go gun to gun and find the headshots. Instead, it's Mummy for another body in his second of the round. To start here at B, try and keep 𝐤𝐿𝐤 at bay. Instantly, the Cypher Cam eliminated, but the paranoia is out. 𝐸𝐿𝐷𝐸's going to respond with his own, but not before flames are at his feet. The hot hands from Food are going to cause problems, and already 3 kills scored for T1 as they can walk their way onto the A site.
Yeah, Envy tried to contest that with not enough. Here is Braxton lurking around the mid-link position to catch the rotation out of mid from Finesse, and that's just adding insult to injury at this point, leaving just 1 player for Envy. And you know, around like this, I'm really, really curious if what we're going to see now, and as I said, like actually go for gelato control, maybe they just give it up entirely and try to take other parts of the map.
Wine with his hot hands helping lead his team onto the A site. Off the break, early shots coming out as EU through the paranoia, or through the blind dark cover rather, is able to find a headshot.
And you want to just prevent them from getting post-bomb positioning afterwards, so that's kind of what we're mostly seeing here from Envy. He's trying to defend this Food though with a nice wide swing there against 𝐸𝐻𝐸. Will take market control, leaving the 𝐸𝐵𝐻 on B alone for Envy. And look at T1 just like pushing and pulling, staying together, and now they can just move back towards A after threatening B. So just making it impossible to read for Envy, but Envy have decided to just stick to this A site with the Phoenix and the and Finesse here around the generator. He's going to find himself 2 quick kills, but he will be traded out. There's just too many numbers.
Yeah, the Food 𝐸𝐻𝐸's combo. 𝐸𝐻𝐸's distracting with the camera, finds a pick, and then Food will trade out the Finesse kill. So it's going to be Mummy on the 𝐸𝐵𝐻, shooting out his chalk darts. Won't be able to do much damage there, and he's just going to keep the operator. Should be the game plan, I assume. Make a little noise, check your back, slowly walk this one back into the spawn, hoping that there isn't someone waiting for you in mid. Might as well get aggro again. You know someone has always been on the other side of this wall at the start here for T1. This time it's 𝐤𝐻𝐸 with that operator. Despite the one-way smoke, he can see legs as well, and he's going to make that shot land. 𝐸𝐿𝐷𝐸 answers back, though, with the snipe of his own.
This is such a smart way that T1 played this. We'll go into that in a moment as we see them capitalizing on the early pick that they made. It was a 4v4, but they are the attackers, so they have the advantage. Moving forwards, Caboose with the Sheriff!
Line him up!
A collat with the Sheriff. You don't see that every day. Beautiful work there from Caboose. And now T1 are in... They're in for a lot of problems here. 2 versus 3. They have time, but they now just have 1 player, and that's the Spike down in A main as well. So it doesn't look like Food really has many options in this position.
He's got to run it back. 2 defenders near this A site. Spike in hand, 40 seconds left. Could rotate it all the way over to B if he wanted to. Instead, he's going to go for a quick pick. And there goes the run it back. They know where his body's going to be. No flank threat, though. Everyone will be above. So Food just trying to work his way out of the site, and there is going to be the player from the back. The body will be fallen as Caboose finds 4 as Phoenix.
Didn't work out ultimately, but you can see that they were reading an investment there. And well, there we go. A quick challenge from Mummy and Caboose. Hello, just running down mid through mid link with that run it back. That is beautiful work from him and Mummy. And just like that, they are decimated, T1.
That 4K round gives you the ultimate, and then you turn into 3 more kills if he wants to hand off the sniper.
I think this is a good call. Again, we're going to see very similar stuff here, opening up towards A main. Trades all over the place. Will favor the attackers, though, in this 3v3. The neural theft comes through as well for 𝐸𝐻𝐸's to find out all of the remaining positions. And now with confidence, they can move forwards, knowing that Mummy's the first player on contact. They block the vision, and here is the plant. Or maybe not. The Hunter's Fury there from Mummy will buy time for his teammates to get into position for the retake. And Food, oh my god, he is not going to wait around for that retake. He's just going to annihilate them.
It's a Phoenix party on this map. I'm loving it so far. Caboose had his turn. Now it's Food's. 𝐤𝐻𝐸's working behind. trying to whittle down the remaining players. As he checks the door, he says, okay, well, there's no one really here to help him. That's going to be a free kill, but what can he do after it? About 20 seconds left on this clock to work with. And he is checking every possible head angle. 𝐼rashi's behind the wall. Camera's going to tag him up. 𝐸𝐻𝐻 has got to make a play. He's stuck between both, and T1 is playing this perfect. 𝐼rashi's finds his third. They're coming A, boys, and they're coming heavy. Here comes the Hunter's Fury from Brax. Tags up one player down in hell, but 𝐤𝐫𝐚𝐬𝐡𝐢𝐻 will survive. EU with a nice teleport actually commits for the first time, and he will trade that into a headshot. So already 2 down from Envy. A wide open. Mummy on the other side of the wall is going to be blocked off. A smoke up top is going to nullify his operator. So this is a clean plant coming in from T1.
Yeah, this is looking really good. The Hunter's Fury there, the sound of it. So.
And this A hit is going to be coming through as they want to go up short. It's just one Phoenix to run through, but it's been the star player so far in this game. Caboose is on fire in day 2, and that flash is going to find 3. The run it back goes down, but they don't drop any other bodies. And Envy's finesse again, impressing with a double before being taken down.
They do manage to get the spike onto the site, or towards the site at the very least. The paranoia coming through there. 𝐿𝐻𝐻 trying to do what he can to survive. Oh, the paranoia comes out, but just a tad too late there, and he can't deny the spike plant. 2 versus 3 here for EnVyUs on this retake. Lots of time to do it. Oh my goodness, just running, swinging straight into this one. 𝐸𝐻𝐻 will go down with the 𝐿𝐻𝐽, leaving finesse on the lonesome, on his lonesome, as he swings into position. Oh man, that's a nice, nasty off angle from 𝐼rashi's, but finesse will still take him down. But no HP to really work with him. This was a great finish from T1 as we see 𝐼rashi's trying to upgrade the gun at least, save that operator.
It's going to be a slow push down the mid all the way to the CT spawn, the defender spawn here, as T1 is now flipped the script.
Oh, I almost looked like a collab there, but we're going to get a swing straight into the A site after what looks like B pressure. It was always going to be A here. Great response from 𝐿𝐻𝐻 on Tree, doing everything he possibly can to try to hold things off for a moment longer to allow his team to get time to rotate back into the site, but they cannot deny 𝐼rashi's on the plant. Brax on the off angle, as he loves to do, is going to leave his teammate 𝐼rashi's in a 1v2 off the plant.
And I have no idea where that lockdown was placed, but I don't think the 𝐤𝐽 ultimate going to have any impact here in the final fight. 𝐼rashi's with the Phantom in his back pocket, pulls it out a little bit too late. Finesse clutch on defense again. Finesse knows at least the Omen is over at A. He spots that out and survives the flash attempt from Food. Food versus Finesse in the middle of the map. Meanwhile, all the other fights are going to be going down here at A. Finesse finds Food, but Brax and crew are breaking onto site, and Caboose, he's all caged up.
After the door closes, the spike will be planted towards the generator, and now the post plant. These post plants are not easy to actually hold on to when you have no position around Tree. They're working from site and A main. It's not the strongest thing in the world. There's a late flank from Brax up Catwalk, as we just saw. And finally, as you mentioned, Pucky, the daggers will come out for 𝐤𝐻𝐻𝐸.
Here we go, 𝐤𝐻𝐻𝐸 waiting for the push through the cage, and he is there with the punish. 𝐼rashi's helping out as 𝐤𝐻𝐻𝐸 finds a headshot. Brax on the late flank will find the 5th and final kill.
And how this Hunter's Fury will assist Brax in helping his teammates take this position. There's already a rotation. There's already that sense from EnVyUs that they know what's happening. And there it is. Hunter's Fury's popped. 𝐼rashi's emerged through the smoke on Catwalk. And that's a very, very annoying thing to deal with. 𝐿𝐻𝐻 will deal with it though, but there's all that utility getting popped, slowing things down. But it looks like T1 are coming for that B site.
Everyone was tagged up there by Brax as well as he picks up 2. EU is going to flush to the site, but Finesse, again, a hero in the back is going to clean up 3 players in. The final one will fall as Mummy.
Yeah, I really like how they're executing this one. EU will be forced back here by that cage. They get to move through that cage, through market, towards that B split. They already used the dark cover on the spawn area, so you can see Brax can't see a single thing. There's also a molly there. There goes the curveball as well to make life even more difficult. The paranoia as well. Somehow Brax is still alive. He was able to move out of the way of all of that. And the site's taken, the spikes planted, but they don't have any control outside of the site. And that's usually a problem. And a Sova arrow is ready. And as soon as that Sova arrow is ready, they can go for the hit.
Brax has survived so much equipment attempted at him, and he is going to be able to use his now. The recon arrow, though, destroyed instantly. No info gained, but his teammates are pushing up from the opposite side. A pinch is here. Great jet push, but 𝐤𝐻𝐻𝐸 can't find the headshot, and Caboose was about to run into the whole squad.
Oh, is there a paranoia available here from EU? There is. This could actually be huge because they're all stacked up on the catwalk position. And all of a sudden now they're going to force their way through. He can't get the paranoia out in time. He can't connect the classic either. And they are on the run right now to the bomb site. Envious. They've got to get the plant down. The nanoswarm will delay these hungry pistoling players of T1 who are so angry. The savagery from them here. They have a chance to win this round now with all of this aggression. And it doesn't stop anytime soon. 𝐤𝐫𝐚𝐬𝐡𝐢𝐻 finds the back with the Spectre, but the trades are there for T1. 𝐼𝐻𝐲, I gotta say, 𝐼𝐻𝐲 with the cam that got that cat info was so insanely well timed from T1. My god.
Kick off here. Want to remind everyone in the chat, I saw some questions. Yes, TSM was able to defeat 𝐿𝐻𝐺 in the Group A battle. A survival there from the Omen as a near fall coming out of EU. Instead, he stays alive, and now he converts it into a kill on 𝐿𝐿𝐻𝐻𝐿.
Great setup there from Braxton EU, but it's not going to be enough to hold on to the site. Here comes the retake attempt. 𝐴𝐶𝐾 straight in there with that Vandal. He will get taken down by 𝐤𝐵𝐻𝐻. Food without the spacing to trade him immediately, but he still gets the job done. 1 versus 1. Have to see if he's able to keep himself alive here. They know exactly where he is, as he does have to drop the molly at the backside. There's the curveball out for the peak. He's got to run it back as well. Does he pull it out? Cypher's getting really close. He will get punished if it doesn't work out for him. He's going to have to play this without the ult as he tries to go for the maneuver, and it's going to work out very well. Finesse. Braxton EU, the angle that Brax had back right side, EU from spawn, they get a crossfire. I was actually wondering how that would work out. It actually looks pretty damn good, but here's a very fast approach towards B, so Brax might get a little bit more love in this round, but there's a bit too much love as Finesse takes him down, and now there's problems here. EU, he's got to be careful not to die, not to give up this position. He does have, in fact, no, he doesn't have paranoia, and he does go down. This is looking very dangerous right now for T1.
I feel like T1's worst rounds are eco rounds from Envy. It's so crazy. They just get aggressive, and it seems to throw off T1. Odin in hand as 𝐤𝐵𝐻𝐻 is trying to get aggressive, forcing players back. They run it back from both sides as now it's Food's turn. And we are going to see 𝐴𝐾 drop in the lockdown. Will he be able to detain any players or just buy enough time for his squad? 𝐴𝐶𝐾 is going to punish.
Oh, disaster strikes here for T1. And there's not really the time left here for Food to make much of this except to save the weapon, maybe pick up an exit kill. And Envy, they just got too close too quick, and that's actually the scary thing when you're anchoring a 𝐿𝐵𝐻 on the B site. We'll see the paranoia going down as well on A main. The battle of A main, first time we're seeing this on this half. 𝐿𝐵𝐻𝐻 gets the better of 𝐼𝐻𝐲 though, and that's going to be a huge issue for T1. EU will tally towards A, but just look at how much time is left. Envy are not committed towards A. They just forced a rotation off of market. They know that EU's the market player.
Behind the curveballs here from 𝐤𝐵𝐻𝐻. Will he find any flashes on the initial fight? Tucked away in the corner is Food. Food dodges the first, but won't be able to do any damage as 𝐤𝐵𝐻𝐻 will land a running headshot.
So much on EU right now. He's going to make the great play with this Omen. Oh, he can't quite find it. 𝐴𝐻𝐻 with an incredible shot there with the operator to clutch against EU, leaving Brax alone on the rotation. He has a judge. It's not ideal for this scenario as he looks to find anything, but he'll get taken down by 𝐿𝐿𝐻𝐻. And Envious are definitely looking for this A site. They've got a Hunter's Fury, which we've seen how good that is to attack this site with. They got the run it back. They're going to throw that in there as well as Mummy tries to just own anyone in that tree position. Nice entry from 𝐿𝐿𝐻𝐻, finding 𝐴𝐶𝐾. 𝐴𝐶𝐾 not even able to let off a shot with the operator before getting taken down, and these trades are looking very quick into this A side. It looks like Envious are in, but can T1 find a way back in for themselves?
𝐿𝐿𝐻𝐻 takes down 𝐼𝐻𝐻𝐻, and things are looking tough now as the two B players, Brax working alongside EU, trying to work their way into a site that is covered. And Brax, he had an operator to start this round, but never a single opportunity to fire that rifle effectively. EU trying to work some magic. They are broke again, Dan. 11-9 Envy. You mentioned the run it back. Keep your eyes on that green Phoenix. Food, the only player to invest in a rifle, has his ultimate, and he's going for the early pick. That was Spike Carrier. Big info gathered.
But Food, he's the guy here. He's the guy with the Phantom. This could be huge for T1. He finds the spike. That's huge info.
Just keep killing the Spike Carrier. He's going to run it back with the cover. He's got EU watching him. Nice molly to nullify this push. Curveball's expecting a follow-up right after the molly. Instead, he rushes out with 3 health. He's going to be sent back to his original body and continues to hold the back line as the defender spawn is watched. EU trying to slow things down as it looks like a B push is incoming.
This is really scary stuff here for T1. They want to make sure they can convert this round somehow. You've got Braxton at the back of the side with the Sheriff in hand, looking for the headshots, looking for the perfect moment to peak. Speaking of headshots, 𝐵RAXY leading by example perhaps, as he now makes his way back in. And they have to go for the plant here. The spike will go down with very few precious seconds remaining on the clock.
Here's that reload.
Oh, he's got it perfectly. He knows where both players are. 𝐵RAXY is so good at this game. I mean, it's kind of like a backwards approach to how T1 were doing it. They see a two-man setup here. 𝐸 is ready to face 𝐴𝐾𝐲, and on a trade attempt, well, that's not going to go too well because Brax was there. It was a setup. It was all planned all along. But look at the response here. 𝐾𝐽 snuck up middle. He knows that that's free because 𝐸, who usually plays market, was in the position towards B main. He has to make a play here. This has to result in something.
You've got good position, but you're down 2 players. 𝐸 surviving with just about 10 HP. Is still in this one for T1, and he is going to play deep as 𝐵RAXY gets a little bit aggressive and it will shut down that flank from 𝐾𝐽. Is a 2 versus 5 scenario for Finesse and 𝐻𝐫𝐚𝐬. And looking at the bank, I think they should be able to buy next round no matter what. But this is going to be tough. Not a single player dropped from T1.
Yeah, this was such a great round, and I'm really curious, when we have a moment, we'll look at where the ultimates meters are for the players on both sides, because I'm super curious who's going to have the ult advantage.
𝐵RAXY's body blocking the drone from coming in. And we'll take a dart. Here comes the push through mid as 4 try and hit hard.
And there goes Food straight through the cage, but into the loving embrace of Finesse. Unfortunately for Food, and the B side is going to be taken, but 𝐵RAXY is in the back, so there's still one more obstacle. And 𝐵RAXY, as good as he's been, is not going to be able to hold on to the site for too much longer, as the spike will be planted. And 𝐸𝐵𝑖ous in a really strong position. They didn't even have to use the 𝐾𝐽 ultimate.
Do you think they will?
Problem. I don't think so, no. They don't have that much post-plant positioning, but it's definitely more than enough in the 4 versus 2. And I would imagine T1 will want to hold on to this operator. And this was a really interesting round because I'm hesitant to go on to a point here. We might have some action here. Looks like 𝐸 is testing the waters. If they can get a pick, then they might decide to go for it, but they've just lost everything.
Sniper trained on this corner. He has been best when holding an angle, and will he get peeked? Finesse is dancing a bit, but 𝐾𝐽 ult is being planted. Food is going to get punished on his peak as it's first blood to 𝐸.
And it's a fake with this 𝐾𝐽 ult. They want to pull the rotation to A, but it looks like Brax is going to be able to pick up a kill towards middle. I think Brax has the information to know that this is a fake with the 𝐾𝐽 ult as they try to make their way to the B site. There's all sorts of problems all over the place in the name of Brax, in the name of 𝐸, and 𝐵RAXY's yet to be discovered until the last moment on the take of B. �MummY takes him down, and that gives 𝐸𝐵𝑖ous at least a slither of a chance in this round.
Shock Dart's going to drop him down to 77 health on site as �MummY has to play deep. 𝐴𝐾𝐲 trying to stop any pressure moving forward. 2 players from the back spawn will slip through as the Hunter's Fury is popped. 𝐴𝐾𝐲 trades out 1. �MummY finds the second. And all of a sudden, it is a 2v1. Brax with an operator. Last man standing. Hunter's Fury in the game on the line. 𝐸𝐵 with a 2v4 clutch.
And this is a very common scenario. Food should be very expectant of this. They know that there hasn't been a commitment towards the A site yet, and they're going to line up for him with that Ghost. He's able to pick up 1 and get some good damage, almost finishing off 𝐴𝐾𝐲 on that 𝐾𝐽 as well. And boom, they're going to hit the A site. And look how much clearer it is of defenders. Just 𝐴ZK here, anchoring it for now.
They know now as the camera goes out. Good paranoia from short. Flank is here. And 𝐴ZK hasn't picked up a kill yet, but he also survives. �MummY waiting in hell. And it's 𝐸 waiting for the smoke to clear before going for an angle. Molly is available, though, and that could be critical here on a retake opportunity.
Yeah, it's such huge value. I cannot wait to see where it lands. And there we go, in that cubby. And it's actually landed on the mark, but somehow 𝐻𝐫𝐚𝐬 still gets a frag out of that. Finesse with a very good peek, and �MummY shuts it down, even gets a collab there.
Their C push may be stalled out here. Lots of equipment waiting for him. 𝐾𝐽 is going to spot it and eliminate it. Turret destroyed. And here comes 𝐾𝐽. Perfect flash finds Brax hiding in the corner. Now a second opportunity, but you hold strong.
And lots of trades coming through here. 𝐴ZK, he's arrived onto the scene in an explosive fashion. That operator doing great work, leaving just Finesse left alive in the 1v2. 40 seconds to go, but 𝐴ZK, he is really connecting. And 𝐤𝐴ZK actually has the support here. Food is creeping up behind the cage. And sometimes you can have these late setups, exactly like where 𝐤𝐫𝐚𝐬𝐿 is. So you do want to clear that position. Beautiful awareness there from Food.
Run it back time. You know there's an op on the other side. He tried to challenge it. Instead, they push right through, and 𝐼𝐻𝐲's only able to trade out one.
And now, there's a minute to go. 3 versus 3. 𝐼𝐻𝐲's will be forced back. He also has some nano swarms available.
They're going to have to check this corner. Paranoia. He doesn't make a single sound. An instant punish. Dan looking for the third. Baits out the op shot. Pistol versus Phantom. I'm Brax. Thank you for the round. This is an eco coming in from Envy, but the blades are the key to victory. If Mummy stays alive, Envy's got a chance.
Oh, the dash updraft is punished by Food at the very least. And you said it, Puckett, the knives are so key and they only got 1 kill. The question is, will that be enough work? Maybe so. 𝐤𝐵𝐼𝐻, we know how good he is, doing the damage again. And now it's a desperate retake attempt without the numbers. 2 versus 3 for T1.
Finesse able to use Food's weapon against them. 𝐤𝐴Z𝐸 chimes in with his op and swaps out to the Phantom. Bladestorm also available, but he's in a 1v2 now. And 𝐸𝐴Z𝐸 takes his turn on 𝐿𝐺OY with a double. That's an enormous eco round for Envy. Not their first of the tournament. They've been so clean with just pistols in hand. 𝐤𝐵𝐼𝐻 is going to invest his run it back, gets the info of where Brax is located, and the enemy 𝐿𝐺OY ultimate is about to lock them down if they stay inside that zone. But it looks like everyone is going to dip. 0 players detained. Now it could be Brax's turn. I believe he's just 1 orb away from unlocking his.
Yeah, they got that C window and garage control to Envious, and this is really, really nice. Great conversion. There goes the daggers. Not really finding the connection that they need. Great jump burst coming in from Mermaids to deal with 𝐤𝐴ZK. And just like that, T1 are withering away. Brax does keep hope alive. A spark of flame is still alive for T1 in a 2 versus 4. But maybe not now. Maybe
yeah, without
𝐼𝐻𝐲,
Brax is just going to be like, guys, is there a gun I can keep? All right, cool. I'll grab this one and bounce. Over to A he goes, and Envy will not chase. You get absolutely no information.
Okay, well this is huge. The running back spotted that there's no presence towards that side of the map, so they know that it's a C play. Now there's still a 𝐿𝐺OY ult for Brax, so if Brax can actually find a safe spot to plant that, and they could get the denial with the orbital strike, but they won't because the nanoswarm will deny the plant. Maybe an orbital strike now, possibly, or they'll wait for the spike to go down, force the opponents away, know exactly where they have to play, then drop the orbital strike on top of them. So there's lots of options here for this retake for T1. If they play it correctly, they should nail this.
The Omen is just outside of that circle, I believe, and he is not detained. So 𝐤𝐿𝐵𝐻, just enough room to do some damage. Brax is going to chime in with a 2-piece. 3v3. Lots of smokes going down, and they're going to jump the spike. 𝐤𝐴Z𝐸 hops off and hits an op shot. And Brax will find his 3rd of the round from the defense, but attackers have pushed right through it. Food wants to get in their face. 𝐸𝐴Z𝐸 says no at the window. Not once, but twice. Both of the youngsters cleaned up already from T1. So it's a 3v5 for the defenders, and all alone is EU, the pickup from the Academy squad to fill in this weekend.
Oh my god, okay. This is really falling apart.
Uh-oh. Uh-oh, uh-oh. You wanted at least 1 kill. You wanted to make it expensive. All right, 𝐤𝐴Z𝐸 gets the first. Spike is planted, and 𝐤𝐴Z𝐸 could keep the operator.
Very good here. We'll have at least 𝐤𝐴Z𝐸 maybe saving him. Needs to hold on to this operator. Oh, no,
nice dash,
God.
not nice enough.
Oh, we might get a really, really dangerous situation here for Envious as they start to creep up C long. They know about this. T1 are ready for this. There goes the orbital strike. Straight on top of the push as it's commencing, and they can't get past it. They're stuck behind it. And anyone who does make it past is just gibbed by the shotgun.
𝐤𝐿𝐵𝐻 able to sneak by. 𝐤𝐴ZK investing fully into the operator. Trades kills as Mummy finds his. And Mummy knows there's at least 1 more player on the site. It's Brax. He's got the headshots, and if Brax had any other gun, I think 𝐤𝐿𝐵𝐻 dies.
Yeah, that's very surprising. 𝐤𝐿𝐵𝐻 can't capitalize there. He's still at the backside, but now his position is known, and that makes a huge difference. 3 versus 3 as the spike will finally get planted by Envious. It's kind of hard to imagine that they even have found themselves in this position, but they have. And now the push comes back in, and they are doing a great job on holding onto things. 𝐼𝐻𝐲s can only do so much.
If needed, Cover is there, and they are faking A still, trying to keep 2 players in position. That's exactly what's going down, is everyone's going to be rushing on to B. EU hears it, he calls it, but how do they handle it?
Great cover there from Food to help EU out. The Molotov is available there as well on the Brimstone, so Food, well, you know what, Food just doesn't care. With the run it back, he's able to entry there, get EU into a deeper position with that Brimstone. And 𝐷𝐻𝐲 has the flank. The window position will be key to deal with. Now 𝐷𝐻𝐲 will make Envious worry about this. He's going to can because he knows they could be holding that. They know about him, and the pressure comes onto the side at the same time. Envious have problems on every single side, but can they hold on to this regardless? Just trying to make noise there, trying to occupy attention. 𝐷𝐻𝐲 has taken Mummy out of the fight here. Mummy has to turn back around. Can he find a timing? No! 𝐷𝐻𝐲 goes down. Mummy again is causing problems. Oh, 𝐤𝐴ZK though! He's causing more. The operator, the Jet, 𝐤𝐴ZK, the debut with this agent with T1. It is paying off here. Oh, the spam shots are really scary, I have to say.
And EU's another Frenzy player. I want to see what his plan is. First smoke going down, and 3 players have been whittled. Mummy taking advantage of it from his safe angle. Meanwhile, Finesse doing most of the damage, and there is another one. The pistol rounds for Envy have been clean in this matchup. T1 now relying on some heroics from 𝐷𝐻𝐲. 1v3 scenario. They have no idea where this man is lurking, but he is always somewhere in the middle of the map. 𝐸𝐴ZK is patiently waiting for defensive spawn.
Yeah.
Dodges the first flash, punishes the run it back. Now he's got time to do damage. Envy 𝐸𝐿𝐴ZK finds 2. EU trades it out, and he's looking for his second headshot as Caboose falls. We've got a fair fight on B. As always, it's going to be 𝐷𝐻𝐲 lurking, though. And will his lurk land any damage fast enough? His teammates, so much pressure on them to stay alive, and Finesse is going to stop him before the spike is planted.
Oh, that is rough. No cover on those angles, and 𝐸𝐴ZK is extremely wise to the lurking 𝐷𝐻𝐲. And, oh, it just all falls apart. It looked like there was so much more potential for that.
14-7 after a really rough day 1 on this agent. Strong performance here on Haven.
That was a close one. Oh, and that one wasn't. That was just dead on through the smoke. You kind of scrap the default after you lose someone like that. And they might catch Mummy here. They're going to see the barrel, I think. And yeah, indeed, get Food as we had to take down Mummy. And that's the equalizer they were looking for.
The gun's pretty long, Mummy. All right, here we go. Flashes are out. I believe that did catch Caboose over on the right side. Playing from A. Meanwhile, a second flash is going to find 𝐸𝐿𝐴ZK and force them back. B site controlled long enough to get the spike planted this time as Food puts it down. No ultimates to work with, and the spam continues through the double smokes.
Those jet one-ways are so annoying. Envy's Caboose there takes control of window. They've got grass control as well. There is a player below the window. Will they expect Brax could win the round right here if he's perfect, and he so often is. That's a great start from Brax. He knows where the next player is. Oh, so stunning. Needs just a pixel. That's all he needs. If there's a pixel, it's good enough for Brax. 𝐷𝐻𝐲 holds things down at the back of the site, but 𝐸𝐴ZK, he's not done just yet. The 𝐿 ult will drop, and I don't know if 𝐸𝐴ZK really has time to deal with it. Has to just wait it out at the back of the site in this 1 versus 1. Brax has done enough. Ooh, that was a close one. I should be able to make it away with the gun, but a dangerous flank opportunity as well. And the setup there below him covers any grass push as well. So it's a very nice forward setup. And with Mummy also getting a pick, things are going from bad to worse for T1, but at least there's a trade back.
And this makes things interesting. Now, EU is also the spike carrier, but has his ultimate to protect it post-plant. Feel he is the key player in this scenario. He's just going to roll across the spawn, though, and he is going to be found by the lurking Caboose, who got into window. Caboose calls out the spike's location. Everyone on defense feeling pretty comfortable, but Brax is going to punish 𝐸𝐿𝐴ZK, getting aggressive through the double doors, and 𝐤𝐴ZK is going to find a face of his own. So just like that, T1 flips the scripts. They're going back to A, and it's just the Cypher, the in-game leader Finesse, left alive.
He is very annoying, so we'll have to see exactly what he's able to do here. It's a pretty deep off angle, but they have the luxury to clear everything. But no, Food didn't clear that position before he turns around towards the spawn clear. And they know where Finesse is. 𝐤𝐴ZK isn't messing around, and he's going to drop Finesse as quickly as possible.
A peek has been coming following the smoke nearly every round from EU. This time, he's going to make the same smoke noise, but doesn't overcommit. Going to hide behind his teammates.
Oh, wow.
Cypher
have to claim back some position before they commit somewhere, because otherwise it's too telegraphed. And maybe a barrel might be showing here from the 𝐿𝐴Z𝐲. We have to see 𝐸𝐴ZK. Oh no, the spray, the transfer, he gets 2. Is that too much?
It is so strong. You're looking at a 4 versus 2 scenario. Brimstone, not the most mobile creature. But you do have to respect the opping from 𝐤𝐻𝐸, and as 𝐸 falls, it's all up to 𝐤𝐻𝐸, who gets another punish. This time it's at the hands of Finesse.
Okay, guys, they're going to go to A. It's huge information.
𝐸's been holding onto this orbital strike for what feels like the entirety of the game. 𝐸𝐻𝐸 again with the double. 𝐤𝐿𝐕 started off with the sniper. And it's just 2 players remaining. Envy on match point here could lock it up right now.
Oh, this is so hard. They know that there's a player on the flank. They've already spotted 𝐳𝐫𝐚𝐬𝐡𝐢𝐻. And they've got to, they have to unlock the flank by killing 𝐳𝐫𝐚𝐬𝐡𝐢𝐻. It's so difficult, and they don't have time. They have to try to just find a way to swing onto him and hope that he misses some shots, but you know what? He's going to hit every single shot. 𝐳𝐫𝐚𝐬𝐡𝐢𝐻 nails it, seals the deal.